So let's look at this. Is America ready for a woman president? I say yes. And what brought this on is the Joe Biden reading I done. And people were saying that they would love to see Elizabeth Warren in there as well, especially over Joe Biden. And they don't think the country's ready. Here's the thing. I think the mold was broken for when Barack Obama won. Here's why I say that. What it showed is two things. One, the majority of this country is progressive. We think towards the future. We're not stuck in the 1950s with our mentality. The majority. The minority of this country will always say the same thing. Things have changed. Things aren't the same. The good old days, when? And then they wax poetically about the good old days when, milk was 10 cents a gallon and you could go into a store with a quarter and walk out with, 2 houses and a woman and all these type of things. Okay, fine. The good old days, I understand. But when it comes to women and minorities, those were not the good old days. Which I always have to remind people around where I am when they say, Happy Independence Day. Black people were not free in, 1776 or whatever the hell it was. So, just so we are clear, everything is not the same to everybody. So when you talk about the good old days for who? So this old white guys club or old rich white guys club is not the minority, is not the majority of this country. So Barack Obama got in, and then we heard people, saying how horrible things are because things have changed and this Negro's in the White House and all these type of things. Okay, fine. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, he won a second term, which let you know, even though we didn't go out to the polls to vote him a Democratic Congress, but we voted for him again. And the majority of this country voted for Hillary Clinton. Let's not forget that. A woman. So, I believe we are ready. There is this mentality of the barefoot and pregnant and women shouldn't lead because it says that in the Bible. But it says a whole lot of stupid stuff in the Bible because it was written by men. So, is America ready for a female president? There's news. It's usually good news. We'll just call it news for now. This brings messages about something. Cooperation and unity. Female figures. One female, one male. Haste. Chivalry. Dawning of a new age, maybe. Uphill battle. Of course it is. Upsetting the status quo will always be an uphill battle. Victory and triumph. Self-discipline. With that. Interesting. This is a card of haste. Rushing in. This is a card of slow and steady wins the race. But it's saying, basically, that you need this energy with this method. So you need the now is the time energy with the pace yourself method. So you need to come at things with a more self-disciplined approach, which is what Hillary Clinton was. Like a lover, hater, or leaver, she was self-disciplined. She She was a model politician, if that makes sense. Like, she had the game down. She was Nancy Pelosi times 10. She is what Pelosi will grow up to be. You know, Hillary Clinton is that. She is the politician. So you can have that now is the sense of urgency, the sense of now energy with the self-discipline of a Hillary Clinton. But with the energy of a ACO or AOC. What is it? AOC? AOC. So the uphill battle and the defending, naturally. Uphill battle and defending. It was a lady. What was the song? Was it MSNBC or whoever? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was a lady who said she wasn't voting for Hillary Clinton because she doesn't like a woman shouldn't lead. That's what she said. And mind you, let me pause for this too. Or digression, as Lena would say. I understand the mentality of a man is the head of the household and a woman is his helpmeet on his support staff and all that. I understand that. Because it is in some women to be maternal. It is in some men to be the head of household. So you can't just rip that out of a man and say, well, you can't be the head of the household because we're supposed to be equal. Some men feel as though I need to make more money. I need to protect and provide. This innately in some men. So it exists. Hypermasculinity exists, and we know this. It is in some women to be nurturing. It is in some women not to be nurturing because it's just not in them. So I get the mentality of barefoot and pregnant. I get the mentality of he is to lead, he is the head, I'm fine. And mind you, it is easy to be submissive to someone who makes it easy to be submissive to. If you have a jerk for a husband, then no one wants to be submissive to that. But if you have a person that you know is not going to do you wrong, knows not going to steer you wrong, that is going to protect and provide, then if you want to be in charge, be in charge. Okay, fine. There are some people who are like that, and there are some people who are, I am my own person, therefore I must take care of my own life. If you choose to walk through this life with me, then we will do so as partners, not as, subordinates. Well, I'm not your subordinate. So for some people, even women on the right and the left, it will be a defense and it will be a battle. The higher ground, believe it or not, is the majority, even though it doesn't look like it. The majority want women to run countries, want women to be in Congress, want women to be more on local government boards. So this is an uphill battle, and you will have to defend. We already know that, but you will have to defend also against other women. So that's a battle you must be prepared for. And the fear is that you get what you do not want. Is that you get a Sarah Palin. Someone who, yes, is female, but is about as smart as a can of soda. And then in your hopes is the emperor, the leadership, the authority. We don't want just any old woman. I know everybody likes Oprah, but Oprah would not make a good president. She would be good for maybe the country, but as far as foreign relations goes, it would be a completely different thing. And you have to represent even those you don't like. So there is an offer. We don't want just any old person. We want the person to be in authority. We want the person to be in charge, to have the reins in the environment. Naturally. When you have an uphill battle, when you have a defense, you naturally have a stalemate. Because this will not be overwhelming. This is not some, Kamala Harris and Elizabeth Warren's are shoe-ins. Kristen Gillibrand is running for, I guess, popularity because she's not going to be president. But We said that about Donald Trump too. So anyway, and I don't care about polls. Polls are all wrong. None of them are accurate because then nobody asked me nothing. So that goes to show you they didn't ask every American. Therefore, every American is not indicated in them polls. But as the uphill battle and the defense, we have a stalemate. Behind the scenes of the stalemate is a clinging to the old ways, resistant to change. This we can see coming. So none of this is a revelation. It's more just a confirmation. We know this is the battle we have in front of us. However, what we must also look at is there is nothing in here that says we're not ready. It just says it's going to be a fight. It's a fight for everything. It was a fight for Barack Obama, even though he was, if I can use this word, perfect. He had a beautiful family. He had a good record. He had a past, so we know he was a human. He did things that were a little unscrupulous, and we enjoyed that too. Yeah, he smoked weed. Fine, get out. Get over it. So this is sort of the thing we have right now, is we know there's a battle going to happen, but nothing here says we're not ready. It just says get ready for the fight. Your word of warning is the past. That mentality, that barefoot and pregnant mentality coming back, as it did when Hillary ran, and that lady, a woman, said she shouldn't run because men should be the head, which is nonsense. And then your word of solace is communication and that quick energy. Both of these are haste cards. That quick energy and the communication. All you got to do is get the message out there, which Elizabeth Warren has done, I think, to the best of anybody's ability. And then there's your legacy. Yes, we are ready. We have been ready, is what this says. This is like the pot. This is all of our investments, all of our gratuities, all of our dividends, ready for the grabbing. We are here. We are ready. We are now. Yes, we are ready for a female president. Now, this could be subjective because I am a person who believes we are ready. So, apprentice community, go out and see who else will read on this. Are we ready? See what they get. See if they get that legacy card that says, we are at the 10 of Pentacles. We have been ready for this. See if they get that. I think we are. Elizabeth Warren 2020.